Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to another edition of Oilers Fan Reaction, Post Game Reaction. My name is Matt, here for obviously Oilers Fan Reaction. We're going to talk about the Winnipeg Jets getting beat down by the preseason rostered Edmonton Oilers. It is what it is. They are who they are. They are better than what you think they are. Obviously, I called the win last night. And I apologize I wasn't available for the live stream. Again, Sundays are usually the family get together during supper times. And unfortunately, the 5:30 start, 5 o'clock start, was the supper time in situation. Anyways, we're going to talk about the game. And I've already heard excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse of why the Winnipeg Jets got beat 4-1 by the Edmonton Oilers. Let's do the La Bamba and let's get into it. Now, yes, Oilers did win 4-1, and Oilers were full marks for it. Excuse number one I heard from the Winnipeg Jets fan base and media teams. Oh, well, we were without Lowry. We were without this guy. We were without. Hollaback didn't play. Dummies. Hollaback played the night before. It's called a back-to-back. Every team has them. Some teams more than others. But every team has them. And don't give me the crap you've been without Velarde. You've been out with Velarde, your best defenseman, for most of the year. But yet you still win. And who is the other guy that you guys were out? Oh, Ehlers. Oh, well, Ehlers got hurt playing against Minnesota. Yeah, so what? The Oilers have way more injuries than you have. But we find ways to overcome, adapt, and win more times than we lose. But hey, let the excuses flow. Hey, Winnipeg fans. And then you've got the first period where the Oilers dominated the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets were lucky to get out of the first period 0-0. The best team on the ice from start to finish was the Edmonton Oilers. You don't believe me? Check the stat lines. First period shots 10-7 for the Oilers. Hits 10-7 for the Oilers. Block shots 5-4 for Winnipeg. Giveaway department 8-8. Also, the Jets had a power play in there. And I wrote, this preseason line looks pretty good right now. It's a little chilly down here. Sorry, guys, for the shiver. And it was a preseason lineup. Although, that line of Brown, McDavid, and Skinner, I know it might not be kept together for playoffs. I know this. I get this. I expect it to be broken up, but good Lord, will it ever look good. Let's have that lineup tonight. Yes, the Edmonton Oilers play a kind of tune-up, a kind of round-robin tune-up, because that's what this feels like. This feels like a round-robin in international tournament play where you play a team in the round-robin, and then you play them again in the elimination games, whether it be in the quarterfinals, the semifinals, or the final, whether it be the bronze medal game or the gold medal game. It feels like that we play LA, because we're going to play LA in the playoffs again. Let's regurgitate that information again. This time something feels different. Sorry when you don't know your dog is right behind you and you kind of roll over top of him. It feels different this year. Not good for LA, different, but different for the Oilers. Now, getting back to this game, it was 4-1. The Oilers scored first. Connor Brown, his 13th goal of the year, assisted by Connor McDavid. Ooh, this McDavid fella's heating up. Heating up. He's now 1 point away from his 8th 100-point season. Let that tickle the brain a little bit. Let that marinate. We go on. The Jets get their second power play of the game. I'm not going to talk about it. I feel bad for Pods. I feel really bad for Podkolzin. He gets cross-checked pretty freaking heavily in the boards. Like, he has the puck. He's turned his back on the play. Don't turn your back on the player. He gets cross-checked. Okay, cool. The ref is looking right at the situation. The ref is here. The play is here. Yeah, that was a cross-check. Okay, cool. And then Pods, two-hand, slashes the guy's stick, breaks it in half. No shit, that's a penalty. My blind uncle could have called that a penalty. But you missed the cross-check. You got the slash. Little golf clap. Little around the road golf clap for you. You missed the cross-check, but you got the slash. Good. You got one of the two. Awesome. Good for you. You did 50% of your job. Of course, the Jets do score on the power play. Iafallo makes it 1-1. Hey. His 15th of the year. Excuse me. And, of course, all you hear on social media, oh, Stuart Skinner let in another soft one. Stuart Skinner this, Stuart Skinner that. Shut the hell up. Frickin' Lord. Jesus. Thunder. That is definitely not on Skinner's fault. That was a hard shot that came in. Skinner thought he made a pretty good glove save, which he freaking did. And, of course, where's the defense? How the hell do you let a player get between you and your goalie yet again? But I digress. If that's the only goal that the Jets get, I am okay with it because, hey, it happened to be the only goal the Jets got. Little while later, the Oilers are on a power play themselves, you sees. And this is where a lot of controversy happened. I understand the outrage. I understand the frustration from the Jets fan base. I get that they were pissed off that a guy blocked a shot, laid on the ice like a wounded duck. And yes, he got hurt. Yes, he was in pain. But can you imagine? I'm leading up to something, guys. He blocked a shot. Okay, it's a power play. He blocked a shot. Power play's now over. Oilers still have full freaking possession. They're whipping the puck around. And eventually they do score. Adam Henrique gets a goal assisted by Perry and Bouchard. 2-1 Edmonton. That is your game-winning goal. Henrique's 12th. Now, I hate to tell people this. The rules are there for a reason. The rules as it stands right now, unless it's an actual serious, life-threatening, get a stretcher out, this guy's actually hurt injury, a la hit to the head, a cut, anything serious, the refs are not going to blow the play. You blocked a shot. Good for you. You did your job. But can you imagine? Let's just play this in our minds a little bit. Can you imagine? You block a shot. The refs see that you're a little bit dinged up. The refs see that you're laying on the ice, writhing in pain, just hurt. Okay, you're hurt. You're probably injured. Okay. They blow the whistle. Tweet. Whistle blows. You get up and you skate to the bench on your own fruition. Or even worst case scenario, you get up and you're out there for the next face-off. Now, what do the refs do? Nothing. You just made the refs look stupid. You made your team look stupid. You made yourself look like an asshole because you laid on the ice till the refs blew the whistle. You got up and you were fine. So that is why the refs don't blow the whistle until your team touches the puck. You want the whistle blown, maybe your team should have touched the puck. Maybe Tanev, instead of throwing the puck or hitting it with his hand, should have just grabbed it, put it to his stick, and touched the puck. Had Tanev grabbed the puck on the wall like he had it, put it down to his stick, and touched the puck, tweet, whistle blows, there's no goal, There's no panic. We're not having this stupid discussion today. And yet, Jets fans, that discussion is stupid for you to have. He wasn't hurt because of a stick to the face. He wasn't hurt because of a puck to the face. He wasn't bleeding. He wasn't dying. He got hurt by a blocked shot. He turned his foot the wrong way. He let the back end of his leg get the block. Who knew Connor McDavid had a 98-mile-an-hour slap shot? I did, because I've seen it. Why does he not use it more often? Because it's Connor McDavid and he's a passer, not a shooter. Now, yes, the Oilers did score, and of course, outrage over it. Outrageous, outrageous. This can't be happening. Of course, the Oilers get the benefit. Of course, the Oilers, the worst team in the league. Of course, Gary Bettman's favorite team, the Edmonton Oilers. Like, I've read it all. I've heard it all. Holy crap. You guys have no idea what hockey is. If you think that the Oilers are blessed, gifted, or handed anything by this league, especially Gary Bettman, you need to pull your heads out of your asses and actually watch a hockey game. Anywhoosies, for 40 minutes, the Oilers looked like the better team on the ice. The Oilers looked like the team that were the President's Trophy winners, and congratulations to the Jets again. You are the President's Trophy winners. Lose the game, win the trophy. Not sure how that all worked out, but good for you. First round exit. But for the most part, this game, the Oilers were the better team for the first 40 minutes. That second period, shots were 16 Oilers, 5 for the Jets. Hits, 7 for the Jets, 3 for the Oilers. Block shots, 7 for the Jets, 1 for the Oilers. This is where I want to take you right now. The giveaways in that period, 5 for the Oilers, 11 for the Jets. I'm not saying I know what I'm talking about, but I kind of know what I'm talking about when I tell you this team is a good team, and I'm not worried about them moving forward. Tonight, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, whatever the series of round one ends, I'm not worried about this Oilers team. You shouldn't be either. It is smoke and mirrors what the media is telling you with, oh, he's hurt, he's out, he won't be available. It is all smoke and fucking mirrors. This team is a better team than we give them credit for. No matter who is in the lineup, it is got to be next man up mentality, and you saw that yesterday. And I don't want to hear the excuse from the Jets fan, oh, we had nothing to play for. Bullshit, you didn't have nothing to play for. The team stopped playing in the third period. They were still full marks first period team. They were still full marks President Trophy winners, Winnipeg Jets. They were still full marks best team in the Western Conference, Winnipeg Jets, for the first 40 minutes. And then when they found out that their player was not returning, and they found out that there was no way that they were coming back, because this Oiler team had the gumshoe. This Oiler team had a little bit of swag. This Oiler team just had that little bit of fuck you attitude. Because they had that. Now you want to make the excuse, oh, well, the Jets didn't want to play this game. The Jets didn't show up. They had nothing to play for. Bullshit. You had everything to play for. But I digress. Go into third period. Oilers are up 2-1. And, of course, Scory Perry scores a goal assisted by Derek Ryan. Old man line. Holy crap, that really is an old man line. Adam Henrique is the youngest player on that line at 37 years old. Corey Perry, Derek Ryan, Adam Henrique, 3-1 Edmonton. And Arvidsson gets an empty netter assisted by Kulak and McDavid, 4-1. What I found very comical is Jack and Louis were trying to make the case that the Jets were playing with a lesser roster. You heard it. If you watched the broadcast, you heard it. Well, a lot of regulars are not dressed for the Winnipeg Jets tonight. And then I looked at the lineup. Because when he said that, I was like, well, that makes sense. They've got nothing to play for. And that's the part that bothers me about Oilers broadcasting, is they're now fabricating things to make the other team look bad when the Oilers do good. You follow me? And I was like, wow, they got a lot of people out? Really? Who's out? Because I see Scheifele. I see Iafallo. I see Niederreiter. I see Perfetti. I see Their backup's playing, sure, because Hellebuck played the night before. That'd just be fucking redundant. And to the point of my story that the Jets are only going to go as far as Hellebuck will take them. Yeah, he's got 46 wins on the year. Jets have what, 50? 50-something wins? And he's got 46 of them? Like I said, they're not a good team. And I'm sorry, Jet fans, but facts don't care about your feelings. This Jets team is not a good team. They get carried by Hellebuck, and he's starting to show cracks in his fatigue like he always does because you don't give him a fucking break. Anywho's, the Oilers were the better team to start. They were the better team to finish. And again, I did have to look up at who wasn't in the lineup. And then when the Jets got the power play, and they got their power play out there, and they were buzzing, and they were passing the puck, and they were shooting the puck, Jack Michaels said, this is what the top-notch power play looks like. But, Jack, didn't you just say half their lineup was out and they were missing key guys? So how are you missing key guys, but yet this is their best power play? This is what their first power play looks like. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, they're missing top guys, but then their best power play is out there. Which is it? Are they missing top guys? Or is this their best team that they're put out there? So yes, I call bullshit on that. You were missing key player in Lowry, sure. Ehlers, sure. But everyone else that didn't play tonight haven't played for a month or more. So you're not really missing them. So I don't want to hear it. As an Oilers fan who's been missing the entirety of the top line for 10 games, we haven't had one of or two of the top two players, the best defenseman and number one goalie for 10 games. Don't want to hear it. We still end up pretty good with that record. Now, again, I will get back to the Skinner McDavid Brown line. I really like it. Do you guys think that line makes playoffs? Line one. That could drop Hyman down to Draisaitl's line. Puts Hopkins down to the 3C, where he should be. Can you imagine this lineup? Just indulge me for a second. Skinner, McDavid, Brown, Kane, Draisaitl, Hyman, Friedrich, Hopkins, Arvidsson, Jeff Skinner, Adam Henrique, Corey Perry. Can you imagine that lineup? Up and down scoring, up and down grit, up and down forecheck. Just, whew. Will it happen, though? I don't think Knobloch will be dumb enough to do it or smart enough to do it, depending on what camp you are in. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with a little ditty. I can't use music anymore because copyright infringement. So you're going to get me laughing, essentially, at the Winnipeg Jets.
You serious? You serious? You serious? You serious?
So yes, it was never in doubt. Not even a little bit. I am looking forward to tonight. If last night was the entree or the appetizer, tonight is the main course. In wrestling matches, because the UFC was also last night. Also, congratulations to Patty the Batty. Holy crap, that kid's for real. Like, you can say what you want about his body transformation and how he goes from being 70 pounds, 80 pounds overweight to being perfectly sculpted. Say what you want about the kid. Patty the Batty is definitely somebody I wouldn't want to meet in a back alley. This win was never in doubt, so I'm going to say this. Tonight against the LA Kings is the main event. Last night was the prelim. Tonight is the main event. The LA Kings are in Edmonton. We are traveling. Picard will get the net. I'm going to assume that Kemper gets the net tonight. I will do a full video rundown of that later today. The game time is 8 o'clock. I will be live. And again, in case you missed it, my name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. Thank you for watching. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. I will see you tonight on the live stream. I really appreciate you guys showing up and checking us out. Subscribe to us. We're not bad people. Well, some of us. And again, if you missed it, Skinner had a .944 save percentage, 1 goals against. Eric Comrie had a .921 goals save percentage, 3 goals against. Oilers win 4-1. Not really much else to say. See you guys in the next one. Deuces.